Well, it's finally here. 2024 Season 4 for iRacing. And there's a lot of new changes, a lot of different things on the schedule, a couple of new series as well, and a couple of changes to some existing series. So in this video, we'll go over the 2024 Season 4 schedule and take a look and see what we're all racing and where everything will be racing. So the first new series that we have as we go through the PDF, you can find this on the forums, by the way, for iRacing. We have the new car, the mini stock series. Probably won't be racing that, but it definitely looks like a very fun car. I haven't had a chance to race it yet, but it looks like a ton of fun. It's going to start the season at Charlotte and the usual rookie tracks. So you see Charlotte, Langley, USA, Southern National, the usual kind of suspects. Rookie Legends series, again, one series that doesn't really do too much for me, but it is there. Same with street stocks. We'll jump ahead to some of the stuff that I am going to be racing. The D-Class series, Menard or Arkham Menard series, starting the season at Charlotte, going into Indy, Irwindale Outer, which is going to be a lot of fun. That track is so much fun, especially when you're racing there, because you run in the outside lane right up against the wall. You can kind of dive bomb and slide job your way in front, but that's super difficult as well. Racing at Old Atlanta, Lanier, Darlington, Oswego. They're racing at Daytona NASCAR Road, which is pretty cool. And they're also racing at Monza, the left-turning oval. So that is going to be wild to race. So that should be fun. Cars Tour, probably won't be racing it, but does look like a pretty fun schedule. All short tracks, obviously. Draft Masters, I will not touch with a 10,000-foot pole. You cannot and will not likely be seeing me race Draft Masters at all. I will say, you're noticing week 13 here. That's because of the holiday. Week 13, they're kind of pushing it back 1 week, so that's why we're getting 13 weeks this season for iRacing. SK Mods, probably won't be racing them. SRX series, I'll kind of float in between. I love the car, but I just can never find a good group of cars to race. Take a look at the C-Class. We have the Advanced Legends. They are running all ovals. There is a Lime Rock race here, but other than that, just all ovals. Cars Tour is going to be the same as the D-Class, just open. Gen 4, very fun series. I just don't really have the time to race these cars, but it looks like a pretty good schedule. Old Atlanta, Rockingham, Indy, Chicago, Wilkesboro. Definitely a fun series. C-Fixed, if NASCAR is racing that week, that's where they're going to be racing. Though they are starting the season next week at Rockingham because the trucks aren't racing that week. But they got Bristol, Kansas, Talladega, Las Vegas, Iowa, Homestead, Martinsville, Phoenix, and then Kentucky Auto Club, Atlanta, Super Speedway, and finishing out the season week 13 at Charlotte. C-Fixed, or C-Open rather, follows the NASCAR schedule. NIS, again, follows the NASCAR schedule. Both open and fixed, so we can skip through that. Tour mods, same as the SKs, but obviously fixed, or sorry, tour mods, not the same as SKs, but this is the open series. Here's the fixed series. Not going to be racing it, but would be fun. Slinger is a great track. I think I won an SRX race at Slinger. C street stocks, super late models, and again, another car that I don't really plan on racing all too much. B-Class. I know not a lot of my viewers are oval viewers, mostly watch for road racing, but I'm a big, I love oval racing. That's kind of where I kind of cut my teeth and got started with sim racing. I'm like, oh, I only want to do oval. And then road racing was a ton of fun, so that's kind of how I got into it. See that Xfinity's racing at Dover week 10. That's going to be fun. We'll absolutely be racing there. Be open. NASCAR Legends. See if anything crazy stands out. NASCAR Legends at Canadian Tire at Mosport. That should be fun. Everything else looks pretty much the same. Richmond, Legacy Pocono, I'll probably have to duck in for that race. Same with Dover. Don't own the Silver Crown or the Sprint. NASCAR A Open, same deal as everywhere else. Starting the week at Watkins Glen, Bristol, following NASCAR. And then they're going back to Atlanta, Chicago, Dover, and Auto Club. So now we'll get into the road stuff. I'm sure a lot of racing that you guys would want to see. Mazda rookies. The one of the new series is the M Power Tour. They're running with the new BMW GT4. Don't think I'm going to be racing this much, but it is pretty cool that it's in here. Indy, Zolder with the new art update, Navara, Okayama, Alton Park, Spa with the new art update as well, or the new rescan rather. Clio Cup, not going to be racing that. Ferrari fixed. I might actually race this season. And the only reason I do is because a lot of new people who have just gotten out of rookies will gravitate towards the GT3 challenge, and I think that'll be a good way just to kind of explain racing and that kind of stuff, especially for new people. So that might be something I race earlier in the week. Same with my usual production car challenge and the GR Cup series and that kind of stuff. I'm going to try to run this one, the Fanatec series, the Kia and Cadillac. I just think they're a lot of fun. My baby, my bread and butter. I love this series so much. The GR Cup series, going to Barber at the short track, Lime Rock Park with the West Bend chicane, short road Atlanta, so it cuts the little jut off portion to the left. Indy Road, the medium, Navara circuit, Red Bull, running the National, so the one where it cuts through, I think it ignores the top half of the Red Bull ring. Zandvoort, Alton Park, Road America, Willow Springs, Laguna Seca, Old Spa, and Rudskogen. I'm assuming they're going to update this and not run Old Spa, but run current Spa, but we'll see. GT4 fixed. This is the same schedule, just longer races in the sports car challenge. So we're going to gloss over the sports car challenge just because the schedule is the exact same. So they're racing at Okayama, Indianapolis, Suzuka. That's going to be fun. Road Atlanta, Hungaroring. Magny Cours have not raced there in quite a long time, so good to see that back on the schedule. Hockenheim, Algarve. Hopefully Algarve has some good participation. I was shocked that it did not get a whole lot last year. Zolder and Spa, because new art, they got to show it off. This is going to be a ton of fun. I'm definitely going to try to race this pretty often. The Legends Road Course. So, you know, the Legends, the oval car, they have a whole series dedicated to road racing in that car, and I cannot wait for it. They're going to the Charlotte Roval, the Legends Road Course, Caldwell Park. I cannot wait for that. Long Beach, Alton Park, Sebring, Winton, and they're racing the short tracks, which is so cool. Winton, which that's surprising. I hate that track so much, but I'll race there anyway. Okayama, Aran Park, Tsukuba, Osterschleben, the B course, which I think is the right half of the track, if I'm not mistaken. Summit Point at the Jefferson Circuit. I haven't raced that since I was in rookies. Lime Rock and Knock Hill. So that's going to be a very fun schedule. I love this schedule. Nice short tracks, short races. That's what a Legends series should be. No one races the Mission R. Mustangs, unfortunately, not going to be racing those. Nürburgring Endurance, not doing that. My baby, the Production Car Challenge. New cars racing in the Production Car Challenge. We have the Toyota GR86, the Mazda, the Clio, as always. But this one, the former BMW in the GT4 series, that's getting bumped down to the Production Car Challenge, and that replaces the Mustang. So you'll see here they're running Okayama, Zolder, the alternate circuit, Navarra, Osterschleben, the Grand Prix, Imola, Road Atlanta, the full course, Summit Point, the full course, Caldwell Park, that's going to be wild. Detroit Belle Isle, that's horrifying. Alton Park, Homestead, the Roval at Homestead, which is going to be so much fun. VIR and the Charlotte Roval. Yeah, I'm not even touching the Meister series. Spec Racer Ford, that's going to be pretty cool. I don't race them, but that car is a ton of fun. TCR, we'll see if I race a couple of these here and there. I'm not entirely sure which ones I'll do. Probably wind up doing Indy. Road Atlanta would be fun. Silverstone would be great, but we'll see. Sandown is in there. I do like Sandown a lot. Red Bull Ring for the Grand Prix. Zolder, Spa. We'll see how I do here. Miatas finishing the season at the Nürburgring as they should. Sports Car Challenge, like I mentioned earlier, it's the GT4 Fix series, but longer races. Two-hour IMSA series, not doing that one. The IMSA Vintage series would be a ton of fun, but I don't think it fully gets the participation it needs, especially when I'm around to race. So not a series that I'd be able to race in, although I would love to. Porsche Cup, not going to run those. LMP3, same deal as the GT4s and the Sports Car Challenge. Radical, this is actually a car I'm thinking about maybe purchasing. That might be on my list of things to drive. I loved the old Radical, the SR8, but now that's in the SR10, have not tried that one out yet, so maybe. I might wait to see if there's a day that iRacing has some downtime, try to go into test drive and see how that one feels. Now the Ringmeister series, this is going to be interesting this year. I think I can drive in almost every single race this season, but looking at the cars, GT4's week 1, the Cadillac week 2, Spec Racer Ford week 3, GT3's week 4, Rallycross cars week 5, which I have the Volkswagen, everyone has the Beetle. Week 6 are GTEs, so I can drive my Ford GTE. Porsche Cup cars on week 7. TCR's week 8. Miata's week 9. GT1's week 10. NASCAR Cup Series cars. Week 11 is going to be heinous, and yeah, I got to check that one out. Street Stocks week 12, and then the Legacy Pro Mazda is the only car that I don't own, running week 13. Stock Car Brazil, shame that one doesn't get enough participation, because it is such a fun car to drive. Supercars, not going to be racing those. TCR is the fixed or the open series. And now we'll get in the B class. GT Sprint Series, this is one of my go-tos. Going to be racing at Silverstone, Monza, 24 Hours of Le Mans, Indy Road, Barcelona, probably skipping Barcelona, Interlagos, Villeneuve, that's going to be a fun race. And it's cool how they tell you when it's going to rain. So it's going to rain at Villeneuve, not going to rain at Red Bull Ring. Watkins Glen, Fuji, Sebring, WeatherTech, Spa, that's going to be fun. GT3 Fix is the same as the GT Sprint Series, so we'll just kind of glass over those. GTEs. I got a race here. I have not driven the GTEs in a while, and they're a ton of fun. Super fast, not a whole lot of ABS or TC. Proto GT. I wish this series went live more often again. But it looks like they have some good tracks. No, ooh. Monza combined without chicanes. That is going to be absolutely heinous, and I need to check that one out big time. And the sports car, the only A-class one that I run, is the IMSA series. This is GTP, LMP2, and GT3s. Indy, Fuji, Mosport, Spa, Zalder, Road Atlanta. Oh man, this is a great schedule. Silverstone, Sebring. Yeah, no big stinkers here for me. Even Monza is going to be fun. And we all know how turn one scares the crap out of us. Fixed is the exact same deal, just shorter races. And it's only, what, 10 minutes shorter? Yeah, 45 versus 35. Now we'll take a look at the Formula Series. Rookie stuff that I'm not really going to be running. F4 regional stuff, not running those. The regular F4, Rodskagen, Fuji, Indy, Red Bull, usual kind of cars or tracks. This, I think, is a new series, the Junior Open Wheel Oval Challenge. That's with the Indy Pro 2000. Which I think is the USF 2000. So they might have just named it differently. But then again, no, I mean, there's... Oh, it's open wheel cars at oval tracks. Huh. I'm surprised it's categorized in the open wheel section then. But there it is. Skippy's, I actually don't own that car. Oh no, here's the USF 2000. C-class stuff. I really don't race a whole lot of open wheel, just the Super Formula Lights, which is here. That's going to be racing at Road America, Spa, Silverstone, Sebring, the usuals. Fuji's, that's going to be fun. Coda is horrifying. Misano, hopefully that gets some good participation. Interlagos, Suzuka, Jerez, have not raced there in a minute either. Imola, Nürburgring, but it's the Grand Prix circuit, not the Nordschleife. And Hockenheim. That's going to be a fun series. I cannot wait for Super Formula Lights again. F3 is a car I don't own. Not doing the Grand Prix Legends. Probably not doing any IndyCar stuff. So let me know in the comments what you plan on running. Is there any dirt racing you want to do? Any rallycross? Anything like that? Would love to see what you think. Thanks for watching.